me the link. You ready? Hey folks, Roland Martin here, Roland Martin Unfiltered. We are live here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're at the C.T. Martin Natatorium and Recreation Center where in just a moment Pastor Raphael Warnock is going to be pulling up. He is going to be voting today. Today's the first day of early voting here in Georgia. And he is going to be here voting along with Ambassador Andrew Young, of course, former mayor of Atlanta, who also ran for remember, he ran for governor in this particular state, former congressman as well, United Nations ambassador, so civil rights leader. And so, as you already see, there are a lot of folks who are already in line. We have been seeing this all across Atlanta and Georgia today. Like I said, the first day of early voting. It is a rather, it's a somewhat chilly day, of course, overcast here. Wind is blowing. It feels like it's about 48 degrees. Let's go over here. Hey, ma'am, how you doing? All good? We'll just ask you a quick question. I'm Roland Martin. How are you?
Really?
That's me. You already voted?
Yes.
Why was it important for you to vote here on this first day?
Well, I wanted to be early. I know the lines would be long, so I wanted to come early.
What time did you get here?
About 7:30.
Oh, yeah, you were early.
Yeah, 7:30.
There are folks out there, of course, they're trying to encourage people all across the city and the state to get out there and vote. What would you say to the person who's out there who says, I don't really know if this thing really that matters that much? Is that the big of a deal?
Need to talk to someone that knows.
Like you?
Definitely.
All right, ma'am. Well, I certainly appreciate it.
Okay.
You take care.
All right.
All right, then. Again, folks, so we are out here. What we're waiting on Pastor Raphael Warnock to show up. And so let's go ahead and here. Let's see if we can catch up with the ambassador. He's probably there making a whole bunch of noise. So we'll see in a second. Okay, media's in, so come on, let's see here. What? Come on. Where? Come on. Superstar.
All right.
What's up, my friend, brother? You
Okay,
good?
I'm okay.
All right. Mr. Young, what's going on today?
This is what we used to call a Freedom Day. That these are people who have been marching and singing and, protesting and boycotting. And today is the day they get a chance to vote for all of the things that they have been complaining about. And hopefully they're voting, well, they will. They'll vote for whoever they think is going to make things better for them. Now, that means it's going to be a divided election. But hopefully in Atlanta, after the vote is cast and counted, we live up to the will of the people and we try to do as best we can what is best for all of the people. And I think that's what's happening.
Tell me about the candidates. What do you think about the candidates?
Well, I'm a Democrat, and I think we have two young, bright, wise young men that could give this country leadership for a long time. And they've got a diversity of background, and yet they've all come up through many dangers, toils, and snares by God's amazing grace. And I think God's amazing grace is going to lead us on.
And why is this election so important? And where do you compare it with all the elections that you've been involved in?
Well, this is the most important election I think I've I've ever been involved in since my first voter registration drive was down in Thomasville in 1955-56. And we got through that. And as a result of that election, in fact, that was an election when all of the black people were Republican because there was a Democratic white primary and they didn't want them whites, blacks in that. But that was the vote where Eisenhower was elected. And the black Republicans nominated the judges. And all of the judges that decided cases for us in the 1960s and 70s were basically out of that 1956 election where Eisenhower was appointed and appointed the people that were nominated by the black and tan Republican Party.
So would you say that out of all your involvements in elections, these are the two most that stand out in your life?
No, there's another one, and that was where they elected me. But, you know, the first election I lost in 1970, and one of the reasons I lost it was they must have put 100,000 pamphlets out that said, if Andrew Young is elected, the Black Panthers are going to get your daughter. And they had me in a picture of from Mississippi in overalls where I hadn't shaved, and they scared a lot of people into not voting for me. 2 years later, they knew better, and I got elected, and I've been elected everything almost. Well, not everything, because I tried to run for governor, but I was running for governor and running to get the Olympics. I missed the governor, but we got the Olympics. So I got no complaints about what's going on.
Matthew, speak about that running statewide, especially having to deal with rural voters. We've already seen polling that a lot of people aren't even aware there's a runoff, and so how critical is it going to be for Ossoff and Warnock to really drive rural turnout, especially among African Americans?
Well, actually, Stacey Abrams has been working on getting out the vote and registering voters, and she has personally, she's the only person I know that's personally visited all 159 counties in Georgia, and she carried most of them, but hey, how you doing? But it's, I forgot which lady came.
Yeah, she distracted.
I'm an old man, pretty ladies do that.
The importance of targeting those rural voters and getting them to turn out.
Well, yeah, I think we do a good job with that. And see, there's no place more than 2 hours from Atlanta almost. 2 or 3 hours. We got good expressways. We have not had as much voter suppression in rural Georgia in recent years as we've had in urban and suburban Georgia. But all of that's part of change.
One of the things also comes out when we talk about suppression, Republicans are already trying to change the very laws that they changed to make it easier for people to vote. Newt Gingrich is complaining that why the Secretary of State making it harder for Republicans to win. I thought the Secretary of State worked for the people, not the Republican Party.
Well, and was elected by the people, not the Republican Party. But I've even had, I remember when I was in Congress with Newt Gingrich, I remember when he was liberal enough to take the lead with Jack Kemp on boycotting South Africa. And everybody got caught under, I think they were fearful of the bully in their midst. And I'm sure they know better. And, you know, and I think we will move on after this. And you cannot lose faith in democracy, because with all of the troubles we got, it's still the best system of government on earth. And, you know, people are afraid of socialism, but you can't have socialism anymore. It cannot exist with cell phones.
Gotta ask you, Electoral College meets today.
Yeah.
And that's, and you know, Joe Biden will be certified to win again. Just your thoughts on the constant attack by Trump and his supporters to undermine this election?
Well, even the Electoral College, see, I mean, this democracy was formed really very well by the founding fathers in 1776. But they knew that they were not right about women or slavery. And we have had to work with the democracy. After the Second World War, they gave white veterans more benefits than they gave black veterans. They've given white farmers more land, big white farmers more land than little black farmers or little white farmers. So, and the thing about an election every 2 years is it gives you a chance to perfect the system. And that's what I think we're doing. And I think people have gotten that message thanks to the candidates who've been out here getting it, and you can't shortchange Stacey Abrams for the systematic work she's done. You know, she's one politician. When she lost, she went to work, and she hadn't stopped working yet. And I hope she won't.
I'm going to miss it, but just how are you feeling right now? Excited? What's going
Well,
on?
I tell you what, I was pleased when I rode up here at 8:30 this morning and saw that line. I went out to try to speak to him, and I couldn't, because I teared all up. I mean, people died for this right. And many of them I knew. And people got beat up. And people lost their homes, lost their jobs. And democracy doesn't come cheap. You have to give some time, and sometimes you have to risk your life that democracy might live. And John Lewis did that, Dr. King did that, Jimmy Lee Jackson in Marion, Alabama, and Schwerner, Goodwin, and Cheney in Mississippi. And then George Floyd is probably responsible for this boom in Minneapolis. Okay, thank you. Good.
And just if
Alpha, serve Alpha.
Thank you.
Congressman Lewis was here right now, just how do you think he'd be feeling?
Who's that?
If Congressman Lewis was here.
Oh. He'd be tearing up like me. But it would be tears of joy.
Tell me that again, I'm sorry.
I said he'd be tearing up like me, but they'd be tears of joy.
Ambassador, I'll ask you this question here.
Okay.
There are some folks who say this doesn't matter.
Who?
Electing Ossoff, Warnock. There are young folks, there are older folks who say
No. Nobody I mean, I don't believe there's anybody left that doesn't understand the power of the vote. I mean, there used to be some dumb people, and there used to be some folk that just didn't give a damn about anything, including themselves. But I think we've been through too much. And I think Stacey Abrams said the other night that the biggest increase in voter registration since the last election, that's just a few months ago, a month ago, but the largest increase in voter registration was between 18 and 29-year-olds. And young folk just get so busy. They're so busy growing up, they don't realize that this is a part of growing up.
Well, what do you say to that person who says, I haven't seen change, I don't think this is, what do you say to that person who is frustrated?
Well, I say that what my daddy told me, don't get mad, get smart. When you get mad and get emotional, you do stupid things. And if you stop and think about why things have not gotten better, a good reason why they have not gotten better is we've not voted enough. And we've not voted intelligently. And we haven't, you know, I don't know whether you realize that when I was elected mayor, I was sworn in at 10 o'clock in the morning, got to City Hall about 12. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all of my boys from SCLC were out there picketing me. I said, what is the matter with you? They said, no, you're the man now. And I realized, which one? How does she know?
She's watching you.
Tell her I have my mask, and there's nobody. Hi. How you doing? Fine. Okay.
You were saying your SCLC guys were picketing you.
They were picketing me, and then I realized that this was good because it gave me a constant reminder that I wasn't there for myself. I was there representing them. And I taught them that what you're voting for somebody to be at the table when the money's divided up. And it's all about dividing up the money. And you invest in what you believe in. And if you don't believe in yourself, we had a little fella who started working with me at 14. And he was too young to vote, but he put bumper stickers on cars and got all his gang organized. And then when I got elected, I was in Washington. I got a call one day, and he said, hey, Andy. He didn't say congressman. He'd known me since he was a kid. He said, I need your help. I said, what do you need? He said, I need to get into Morehouse. I said, well, you should have good grades. You're smart enough. He said, well, I'm smart enough, but I don't know about my grades. I said, well, you help me get into Congress. I guess I have to try to at least recommend you to Morehouse. Then I go to the UN, and he finishes Morehouse, and then he calls me up at the UN and says, look, didn't you go to Howard? I said, yeah. He said, I want to get into Howard's law school. Can you give me a recommendation? So I got him a recommendation for Howard's law school, and he got in, and by the time I left the UN and came back to be mayor, I was, we were finishing the international terminal in the 3rd and 4th runway. And we'd have $300 million deal that we put together to take to Wall Street. It's the first time I'd ever been in a Wall Street boardroom. And I go in there, and there are all of these books for me to sign. And I said, what is this about? He said, if you want your $300 million, you have to sign all these books. And I said, well, what are you doing back there? He said, remember, you sent me to law school. He said, my law firm is doing the legal work on this. I said, how much are they paying you? He said, well, they're not paying me, but the legal fees on this are about $600,000. I said, you getting $600,000? That's more than I'll make it bear in 8 years. And he said, you should have gone to law school.
Well, he owed you a check.
No, he didn't.
Right.
But he went from being on the street, putting on bumper stickers, to being in the boardroom, telling me how to get $300 million, and his law firm got $600,000. Now, he went from being a street brother to collecting a check in the boardroom. And
but had he not worked for your campaign,
and
had he not volunteered, and not shown his initiative, then he would not have been able to call from you.
Yeah, that's right.
So he put in the work and you put in the work.
But in Atlanta, they never let me forget that I work for them. They don't work for me.
There you go.
And I think all of our mayors have done that.
All right, sir.
God bless you.
You know how to work that alpha ring there.
You know, I never got one of them.
I got it for myself, my 30th anniversary.
But let me tell you something. I don't even have my fraternity pin. Because shortly after I got it, a young lady took it from me. And I have never been able to get it back.
We know a couple of people. We can have that.
No, that's all right.
Mine fell off when I stepped. The very night I got it. Didn't have it 24 hours.
Ambassador, appreciate it.
All right.
Just wait. Yeah, how you doing? You all good? All right, folks. So hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Y'all good?
Yes,
You all right?
for being out here.
You all right? How you doing? I don't know about that Alabama mask. I'm just saying. How you doing?
What's up, Black man? How you doing?
You all good?
Power to the people.
You all good?
What's up, man?
All right.
All right. Good.
Hello. She just all into it.
Baby girl said you in violating her space 6 feet apart. You close. Come up here, baby girl. Come here, TT.
That's Roland Mark.
That's me.
I know, man.
That's me. Hey, what's going on? You all good, bro?
Good, man.
How you doing? You all right? What's up, Doc? How's it going? You all good?
Good morning, y'all.
You didn't bring that coat. You gotta check that weather report. How you doing? You all good? What's happening, Doc? What's going on? What's happening? You all right? What's going on? I don't know about that Alabama now. I don't know about that Alabama now. I don't know about that Alabama now.
You saw them big old elephants.
Oh, that's why I got my Texas A&M. I'm going with that. What's up, bro? How you doing? You all good, bro? How you doing? All good, all good. How you doing? You all good? What's happening? What's up, bro? What's going on, Jim?
All right.
Hello, how you doing?
What's up, bro?
All right.
All good?
Good to see you.
You ready, huh?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes.
All right.
I'm ready.
When you fresh.
I'll come on down and vote now. I'm here. You can hear.
How you doing? You got the shield and everything. You ready? How you doing?
Fine, thank
It ain't that cold.
I know.
I'm messing
It's
with
just
you.
my mind.
What's up, Doc? What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
You all good?
Good.
How you doing,
good.
dog?
Doing all right.
Well,
You all right? Okay.
Good.
What's up, Doc? Hello. What's up, bro?
What's that, man?
All right. So, folks.
I'm Holly. I'm the one who had emailed you about Jay Prince.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
I know there's a lot going on.
So, folks, we are again. It's the first day of early voting here in Georgia. We're waiting for Pastor Raphael Warnock to show up. He's going to be voting with Ambassador Andrew Young. They're going to be voting together today. And so, as you see now, if y'all hear the chanting down there, Warnock has a lot of his volunteers who are out there with signs. So they certainly making lots of noise, having a presence on this little chilly, overcast day here in Georgia. So this scene is actually happening all across the state. What you also are seeing is you got lots of groups out here who are also prepared to help folks. You see supplies out here. You're going to have people who are going to be providing water, things along those lines. You got some groups out here who have also provided food trucks to various early voting lines. And so many third-party organizations have been out here canvassing over the weekend. We were with Black Voters Matter in Macon, Georgia for a concert and the Get Out the Vote effort that took place on Saturday. We were in Albany with Pastor Raphael Warnock on Saturday night. Yesterday we were with Black Voters Matter in Columbus. And so if you want to check that out, all you got to do is just go to our YouTube channel. You'll actually see both of those concerts. You'll see the Warnock rally as well. And so this is going to be quite a long day. We met here at 9 a.m. Again, we're waiting on Pastor Warnock to show up to vote with Ambassador Young. 11:30 this morning, John Ossoff is going to be marched to the polls in Gwinnett County. Then at 2:30 p.m., Ossoff and Warnock are going to have a rally together in the parking lot at Turner Field, where the Atlanta Braves used to play. And so what we're doing is, again, we'll certainly be covering that as well. And so we've been quite busy here on the ground, bringing folks all this different coverage of what's going on. We've been pretty, like I say, pretty busy with that. The early voting starts today, December 14th. It goes through January 1st. So you got 3 weeks of early voting. Then, of course, you have the runoff election taking place on January 5th. And so that's what's going on there. So it's been quite a busy time. Some $250 million plus in television ads and radio ads have been bought. Literally all of the inventory across the state has been purchased by these various campaigns. Ossoff, Warnock, Loeffler, and Perdue. Same thing is happening in terms on the Republican side as they're going across the state. Tomorrow, President-elect Joe Biden is going to be here in Atlanta for a rally with Ossoff and Warnock. We'll be carrying that live right here on Roland Martin Unfiltered. So we are certainly on top of what's happening here in Georgia. Want to be on the ground, giving people the kind of news that you're not going to get elsewhere. And so that's why we wanted to be here. It was great for us to catch up with Ambassador Andrew Young to hear from him and his wisdom and his thoughts about what's going on here. And like I said, we're just waiting for Pastor Warnock. I talked to his folks who was supposed to be here, about 15, 20 minutes ago. And so they are actually hitting different places all across the state, and all across the city. And so that's what's going on. So what we're doing is staying busy with it. Don't forget, folks, that if you have any issues, you hear any voting issues, please call the Voter Protection Hotline by the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. It is called 1-866-OUR-VOTE, 1-866-OUR-VOTE. Anthony, go ahead. You can go ahead and drop it. Go ahead, 1-866-OUR-VOTE. That's the number for the voter protection. If you hear any issues, any problems at polling sites when it comes to ballots, they certainly want you to provide that information. So call 1-866-OUR-VOTE, 1-866-OUR-VOTE. And so to protect the right to vote, that's, like I say, is critically important. And so you know, it's you know, one of the things that, like I say, on this day right now, just to give y'all a sense of what's going on here. Let's see here. It is right now 48 degrees with that wind blowing 18 miles an hour. It's 41 degrees. So you see people who are braving these temps. Like I say, it's like I say, with this, like, no sun is out. It's overcast. It's pretty cool, but folks are still in line. Polls open this morning at 7:30. They close at 6 p.m. And that's going to be the case for Monday through Friday. And so, as you see, Anthony, get a shot of the parking lot here, so y'all see how full this parking lot is. You see exactly how full this parking lot is here. All these folks. This is one of a number of early voting sites in this county. And so the same thing, we're seeing the same thing in Cobb County, Gwinnett County, DeKalb, as Ambassador Young said, 159 different counties in the state of Georgia. And so we're seeing this. How you doing, Doc? You already voted? All right. Good seeing. Huh?
So what organization you guys with?
Right here.
Roland Martin.
I'm Roland Martin.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Man, I see you so many times on TV.
I appreciate it. You already voted?
We about to vote now.
Okay. All right. You want to get it done on the first day, huh?
Yeah, I need to get a picture with you, man.
All right.
But you got your mask, they never know that's you.
No, they know it's me. That's why I got on my name right here, right here. They know it's me.
Come on here.
All you gotta do is just turn it on. Just turn it on. They'll know it's me.
Well, man, I didn't know you was that big, though, guy.
Yeah. What, you thought I was short?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I get all around the country. People swear I'm like 5'5" or something. No, I'm 5'11".
Man. You in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh yeah, we're here covering the race.
You know who I'm gonna wait my glasses for. Can I Facebook you?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, that's a great picture right there.
There you go. So if anybody wonders me, that's why I got my name on the hat.
There you are. Mr. Martin.
Good to meet you, bro.
I love your show.
I appreciate it.
I met you at Camilla House last November at the Peachtree Plaza.
At the Higher Heights event.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, the breakfast for the black women.
Yep, absolutely.
Isn't this fabulous?
It is.
And the other part is that when Andy was running for mayor of Atlanta, I was part of his Blue Crew.
Part of his what?
Blue Crew.
Okay.
Reverend James Orange was his field soldier.
Got it.
And we were the ones that activated his election.
Okay.
By doing the field work.
All right.
Yeah. So it's
well, you can't win elections without field work.
That's right. And so it's just great by coincidence that I said, oh, I'll early vote this morning. And the line looks long, but it's not long. Understand? This is not a suffering.
Meaning it's moving pretty quick.
It's moving pretty nicely, but to think about what our grandparents and parents endured, this is such a privilege to be here and to have this historic moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. What's your name?
My name's Juanetta McNeil.
Juanetta McNeil?
Yes.
All right. Well,
I'm an educator.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. You take care.
And you keep doing your good work, friends.
Okay. Oh, Lord. You friends with Crazy Julianne? Oh, Lord.
Julianne and I were at MIT together.
Oh, Lord. We got to pray for you.
You gonna pray for me?
She know. I tell her the same thing.
Yes, we studied with Dr. Phyllis Wallace.
Okay.
Mentor.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right. You take care. Take care. Oh, man. Again, folks, it's, like I say, it's like a little cool, a little windy, but the bottom line is people are being patient. They're excited to vote. So that's what's going on out here. And so you see it. They got their plan. They got their mask. How you doing, though? Roland Martin, good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right.
On TV, you left it short, man.
I'm not short, Doc.
I see it, Doc.
So they've got, like I say, they've got folks who are here. You know, we've seen the massive voting lines all across the country for a long time. And so, you know how that goes. And so what you're seeing out here are folks with their plan. You got folks got water. I see my man over there. He got boxes over there. They got their bags. They got the food, you name it. So they are ready out here to vote early. And so that's what's happening. And like I say, you see now is now is that Pastor Warnock coming up? Let's see. Is he coming up? How far away? Got it. Okay, cool. All right then. So Pastor Warnock is on the scene. I think that's him pulling up in the SUV right there. Anthony, go ahead and get a shot of that. Pull up here. They're gonna pull up.
You gonna pull up? You got it?
Pull up. He's gonna pull up over here.
Morning. I'm gonna say hello to Ambassador Young.
The line was all the way back to the end of the street. It's a good time.
Thank you so much for being here.
Here I am.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Raphael.
You look like you belong in the White House. You look just like it today.
Thank you, everybody.
Background.
Please social distance.
Okay, where are we gonna start?
Back to the end of the line.
We're just gonna say hello to some folks.
They were way back out here when I got here. So they've been moving right. All right.
Spread out.
No, we're coming back down the line.
Okay.
I need y'all to.
Yeah, we're coming by.
How y'all doing? Good morning, everybody.
All right. All right.
We got a legend here. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lift a little bit. Yep.
All right.
Good morning.
All right.
God bless you. Good to see you, sir. How you doing? God bless you.
It's a great morning.
Telephone.
Hey,
This is John. How you doing? This is John up here. This is John.
good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Watch yourself.
Can y'all please move? We're moving through.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Can y'all move, please? 6 feet, 6 feet, please.
Everybody 6 feet apart. We're still close.
If y'all please clear space.
Good morning, everybody. What's the sense to you today, okay? Thank you, I appreciate it. All right. Sure, you ready? That's why I haven't said anything. I'm gonna follow you. You ready? You gotta make a statement out. Good morning. We'll see y'all after.
I'm gonna have a press to move back.
Okay. We'll see y'all after.
Coming in.
Yeah. They don't, and I have to make sure I'm 25 feet away. It's not. You want to make sure we don't do anything?
Okay.
Watch yourself back.
You move with me. I need y'all to move with me. Press. Move with me. Move with me. Move with me. We're getting them in and out. Okay. Come on out, man. We need somebody to come out. Come on out. Let this photo out. Let her out. Let her out. I want to thank you for coming to early voting and have a great day. I'm going to talk to Shirley. Yes, I'm with you, ma'am.
Nathan, do you have microfiber? I have one in my bag actually. I can grab it. That might be better.
I mean, just make it just a little bit more for us. Because we got a wheelchair. Just a little bit more for us.
Everybody else move back. If you're with the press, I need you to walk when I walk. Let's move it on in. I need everybody to move as I move.
Hey, Rabbi. Good morning.
Come on in. All right, now come on. All right. Move as I move. Come on in.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Watch the chair behind
back into the chair.
Who's ready? Who's
How
ready?
you doing, love?
Number 2. Take number 2.
His ID? You need his ID to move back first.
You need to get out of the,
Move
get out
back.
of the space.
Move back to this time. Okay? We're going to go to number 2.
Okay. Y'all need to be back here. Y'all need to be. Hey, man, you need to get back.
Everyone.
I got you. Okay, sit right here 1 second.
I got it. All media return to the wall, please. Everyone return to the wall, please. All media needs to return to this side of the wall. All media.
All media return to the wall.
All media return to this wall, please.
Other side, over here, over
Other
here.
side of the table, please. William, you're also going to.
All right, I need to respect. I need for everyone to go to the side of the wall. You're not. I need respect on the side of the wall. Everybody just kind of swing over to the side. Okay? As much as you can over to the side. Okay?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, if you're going to sorry, here's the press your hand.
Stop right there. Sir, just slide, yeah. Actually, you can stay right here. That's cool. Got it? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can back it up a little bit. sure you go all the way back. Don't have a conversation anymore, you guys. Come on, let's work together. Let's do what's right. Don't make me yell. I don't want to yell.
Thank you. Hey, come on, man. You're just like, you're blocking people. Cry about it.
Well, that dog used to be.
Ladies.
Man. Please. Thank you.
going to near the playground. Everyone exit. Alright, they're gonna hold, so everyone exit. They're waiting for us to leave. All press, please.
Yeah, all press. It's time for the parking lot. All press. It's time for the parking lot. All press. I need you outside. You want to thank you all for your time?
Thanks for letting us take care of it.
How you doing, Roland? All good? What's up,
Number
bro?
5. Come on, number 5.
As long as she's here, you live.
All press. Right there. Yep. That way.
Am I authorized to play on?
Town at 1 a.m. and we had left back at the house. I'm gonna take another I mean, that campaign man, I'm sorry.
Wheelchair access is blocked over there. I apologize.
We're going this way.
To make sure it's wheelchair.
I don't have that ambassador out here all day. It's cold.
Warnock. Get out.
Where we going? We're going to where the cameras are, right? Straight ahead, just straight ahead. To the right.
Well, look at here, the sun's coming out. Beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Right here, ambassador, to the right.
And to remind everyone, we're not taking questions. It's just brief remarks from Reverend Warnock and Ambassador Young if he'd like to.
It's fine.
First of all, let me say that it is a very humbling thing for a kid who grew up in public housing to be able to cast a vote for himself to serve in the United States Senate. Only in America is my story even possible. And so I'm grateful for this moment, grateful for my father of blessed memory, and I'm grateful for my mother who grew up in Waycross, Georgia, picking tobacco and cotton during the summers. And today she gets to help pick her son to be one of the next 2 United States senators from the great state of Georgia. So I just want to encourage everyone to exercise your constitutional right to vote. And as I've been saying all across this state, we should no longer be talking about election day. The stakes are too high. This is election season. And so early voting begins today. People should make their way to the polls. It's a beautiful day to vote. So make your way to the polls. Early voting today, December 14th through December 31st. We also remind people that they can vote by mail. It was a humbling thing to vote for myself today, but let me tell you, more than a name, what's really on the ballot. Healthcare is on the ballot. A livable wage is on the ballot. Criminal justice reform is on the ballot. Voting rights. All of these issues are on the ballot. And so thank you so much. Make a plan to vote. Gather everybody in your circle. This is a defining moment in American history. Georgia's at the center of it. Let's show up the way Georgia does. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
How does
much.
it feel with
Thank you.
Ambassador Young voting with you?
Yeah, let me just say I'm deeply honored to have Ambassador Young here. He's the reason I'm able to stand here.
Amen.
He and those who fought alongside him. Our ballot is a bloodstained ballot. And so I want to thank him and all the others who fought alongside him, and I'm grateful and deeply.
Ambassador Young, do you have some remarks? gonna say anything?
Just to say that when I walked up here this morning, the line was all the way back at the end. And as I went right down the line, and most of the people were senior citizens like me, and I realized how long we've been on this march. And I think we're getting closer. And this is a wonderful country. I ran my first voter registration drive down in Thomasville and Beachton, Georgia, Thomas and Grady County in 1956. And we had a big Klan rally at the same time, and I was nervous, but even in 1956, the mayor of Thomasville called Sunnyland Packing Company and Flowers Bakery, and they said, we don't want any trouble. Everybody ought to have the right to vote. The Klan can have their rally on the courthouse steps, and John Wesley Dobbs was speaking at the Congregational Church that Sunday, and it went off peacefully and without incident, and that's the power and strength of democracy. In 1956, we had a long, long, long way to go. But we've come a long way, and all you have to do is look at this skyline, look at this center out here named for C.T. Martin, and look at Ebenezer Baptist Church and its reign of distinguished preachers that have kept this city close to God and close to leading in the future. And I want to thank Rep. Warnock for running this race. He's not running it for himself, he's running it for us. And we will have a voice that knows the aches and pains, the barriers and opportunities, but when you look at him, he looks like he is overcome. And as he overcomes, we overcome. God bless you, brother.
Thanks so much.
And Dr. King would certainly be proud of you.
Thank you, sir. I'm proud.
We're proud.
Thank you. She must be back by the car. I'll find it. You just take care. God bless.
I got you, Doc. Come on.
They ain't waiting for Texas to support you. Yeah, waiting for Texas to support you.
From Alaska.
Yeah, we're out here. We're out here. Yes, Texas.
You was not there.
Yeah.
We're going that way. We're done.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that is it. Pastor Raphael Warnock has voted. Ambassador Andrew Young has voted. And so we've been out here as they have been doing so. And so now what we're doing is we're headed to Gwinnett County, where John Ossoff is about to have a march to the polls. And so we'll be live streaming that as well. Okay? All right, baby. So we'll be live streaming that as well. Okay? So then, of course, at 2:30 p.m., John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock will have a rally at Turner Field here in Atlanta. So we'll be live streaming that as well. So check back at 11:30, 2:30. And of course, we'll see you in Roland Unfiltered at 6 p.m. Eastern. All right, folks, that's it. Y'all take care. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey, y'all, does anyone need their mic stands back?